Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're at. And I'm here with another video. And I appreciate every single one of you that are coming back to watch this video. I really would appreciate if you could click the like button at the bottom of the video. This would actually help me out a lot to get this video seen by other people. Now, um, those that are new, please subscribe and click the bell so you can be notified. And welcome. So, I want to actually start and kind of go through all the coins that I have on the list here, or the majority of coins I have on the list here. But as always, I start with Bitcoin because Bitcoin usually have a tendency to kind of lead the way. So as we can see, the Bitcoin have came up to yesterday to 46,483. And today it actually came up to 46,800, and it's kind of staying here in this area. If you look at 15-minute chart, we have this trend line that comes out from here and then hits the 48,000 high, and based on this trend line, the Bitcoin for some having a hard time getting through it. He's trying to break through, but having no success, and it's being held back. So while Bitcoin is being held back and it keeps actually staying on the top of this uh, and trying to battle this trend line, other coins are actually coming up and um trying to achieve uh, their next highs. So Raven is one of the coins that actually came up right now to almost 14 cents. And for those that actually have question, is it can it has chance to continue climbing? Yes, it has more room to continue climbing, and probably will continue climbing. And be honest, you can say, Slavic, look how much opportunity you have lost by not trading. Guys, I'm still not comfortable. Yesterday wanted to do a couple trial trades to see how it goes, and more than half of them was turning out to be a trap, and I wanted to get in. Even though at the end of the day, they did take off overnight, but at the time when I wanted to get in, they just turned around and went down. And I'm not sure if I would have stayed in them. I probably would have stayed in them. I don't know. Um, it's just kind of a battle and a fear inside of me of losing that's holding me back. One and two is I've still not seen that we are going to continue going up. I kind of see that this is just a trap, that building, and it's just being extended and extended. And I haven't the further it goes, the longer it goes, the more I'm kind of raising a question. What's the purpose of the trap, and what exactly are they trying to build? Because the more I look at it, the more I'm starting to run out of ideas. What would be what are they trying to accomplish other than just because there is a goal game, there is a goal that they're trying to accomplish end of the day with this trap, and I'm just not sure exactly what it is anymore. That's just my problem at this point. CLV um, had a nice growth yesterday, then pulled back, but because of the lack of data, I won't be able to tell you guys what its possibilities. But there's something that on these long wigs right here that we're talking about, these long tails. Sometime what I actually did in the past in March is actually I would actually get in and then I would put in an order um, where I would suspect that wick to be. So let's say if you get in and hopefully we won't turn around and crash, and let's say you get in right now, um, I would actually get in and then I would put in an order since we had this one here, then this one here. I'd probably put another one in at 30, 32, 35 maybe cents, and we're hoping for another of these uh, push-ups. And as those push-ups do come, uh, you know, hopefully it will get triggered and you will be able to make money. But now, are we gonna have one today? Probably not, because if you look at the history, the volume disappearing, and there was barely any volume other than just a little bit of volume here and here. So I probably kind of maybe wait for a day or two, three before I actually take advantage uh, of this idea of a trade. Remember that trade is risky because you're hoping to close, but you're going in without a stop loss. And what if you do turn around and actually drop to $1? So and as we can see, we did had some drops as well. So I'll be kind of careful. FTM. FTM been pushing up for quite some time. Let me delete some of these. We need to bring this guy at least to here. Yeah, and also we need to get rid of some of these candles because they no longer have any. All of these lines, they have no value anymore. So as we are pushing, we still have quite a bit to go with the FAN, and those of you that willing to trade and take the risk, we do have a big W that got bill printed in. So as long as the Bitcoin does not decides to go down, there is a good potential with the fan continuing going up. And its range target is somewhere between 37 to 40 cents. Uh, with the next couple of pumps. So that's kind of where I see that. Now, ADA. ADA already traveled quite a bit, and but it still has a lot of potential if we continue having this market. ADA is one of the future coins that I personally believe will replace Ether, Bitcoin, and a few other coins out there. Um, so if we keep doing what we are doing and Bitcoin not going to dump, ADA will be continuing climbing and climbing. Um, it just doesn't have a reason why not to. But now looking at the ADA and the pattern that we can see on a daily chart, we do have the head here. We have the shoulder here on the left side. We have a shoulder here on the right side. And what if it's going to take us playing up and down another, we have peak one, or, we can even call this maybe a peak one, peak two, peak three. Um, or maybe this one too, and there's one more peak, and we actually start coming down. See, this is the something that we need to break out with ADA at least to $1.80 to $2 for this head and shoulder to become this valid. And that's again has to happen same thing with Bitcoin because ADA cannot continue going up while Bitcoin dropping down to 20,000. So that's where kind of ETH just has a lot of potential, but you need to watch the Bitcoin what happens. So no matter what coin it is, watch the Bitcoin. But let's continue with the rest of the coin. ZIL. ZIL has a lot of potential on growing. First targets would be 11 cents. Then we're looking for 13.8 and possibly as high as 15 and maybe even further. Sushi target is around 11.45, and then possible targets as high as 13 and further if it keeps on pushing. IOTA. IOTA is one of these coins that has not made it. Pretty much some of these coins already mentioned. They have not made it high enough, and they have potential. Like with IOTA, the first target is $9, $18, and it can push as high as $40. So very nice potentials on these coins. Even though we'd had the possible looking like an M here, I had more M's here, but right now it's kind of reversed and it's kind of pumping up on a 15-minute. And I think this coin might actually have highest potential to keep on going today. This is actually a coin that I might would consider even getting in myself. Let me raise this coin to the top so I can look at it again. Sol. Um, I want to say something. There's nothing that can actually that have to stop this coin and not to go anywhere. But if you look at the history, the last it had a hard time breaking out through $43. So I'm suspecting it having the same issue here is actually having a hard time breaking through. If it does break through and breaks through these highs right here and breaks through 50, sky is the limit. Sol, and if you look at Sol, it's the one that actually never dropped the lowest as far, and actually the first one that recovering and probably has one of the highest recoveries on crypto. Algo. Algo is behind as well. The first targets are 93 cents. When it breaks through those, then we have new targets of 108 all the way up to 13 cents. And that was Algo. And you guys can see these coins are pumping uh, more than some of the other coins because they have potential. Guys, give me some minute. I will actually get into Algo. I would be hoping to get into here, but that's okay. I'll get into Algo and I get into Yoda. Oh well, if it's a loss, then it's a loss. I just don't trust the New York market. New York market has a lot of potential of turn around and go in reverse from European market. But oh well, as long as Bitcoin doesn't dump, it will recover. Man, I need to log in. Just a customer I've been trading for the last couple of months. He wants me to trade more. But at the same time and not allowing me to take any more losses. I took too many losses on his account. So I'll go. Okay. Oh, and we actually climbed before I logged in. So I'm opening long. Okay, moving that to the top. I'm going to also go to IOTA. So those are the trades. Guys hopping in. You guys welcome to join me. Again, I usually try to get in somewhere below this yellow and orange or in red lines, but we kind of a little too late. And preferably, suspecting as well as try to get in below in a 15-minute chart, which right now it's a too high of risk. But also showing some potential runs. Yeah. Okay, so let's get back and see where we at with further. So Brazil also has a potential. Suji potential still has room to climb. Sol, it's almost at the top. So, like I said, if it had, like, did quite a bit. AV. This one is kind of a hard to say because here's the top. Already got us to pretty much very similar to Sol. It has very little potential left to climb on AV. But again, it did actually came up quite a bit. But a little bit more risk here. Uni again recovered quite well. It's battling its last tip. If it breaks through the last tip, I don't think there is much of a stop for it to go any further. And guys, already $7 upside down on this trade. Yeah, that's kind of I hate sometimes getting into trades and they just don't pan out when they're already that high. So XLM has high potential. So those of you that like XLM and XRP, I probably would get into XLM at least with the 30% of your portfolio and take the ride until one of the two things happen, until we truly start reversing and then get out with profit or loss, or two, just you took 30% of your portfolio, just stick it out, and the remaining 70 you'll hold it for the bottom. But XLM has a nice potential growth, at least 30%, 30 to 40% growth, um, all the way up to here. Okay, Link. Link has been doing quite well lately, and it still has a lot of potential. Of course, there's some resistance out here that is trying to break through, but it has a lot of potential to grow as well. Now, Theta is another one that that if it breaks through where it's at right now, breaks through 730, between 730 and 750. It breaks through that, it has a next level up opportunity. XRP. With XRP is pretty much same thing as with the XLM. It has potential to get all the way up to dollar 10, um, and then from there, if it breaks out, then it has a more bigger potential. And it actually did took quite a bit of growth today. So another coin that would be nice to get in. Um, Again, it's on the peak, but I'm just gonna hold myself back a little. Now, IOTA that we just got in, it actually it's going up, and we're about $3 in profit at this moment. But again, it's bouncing up and down. Ren. With Ren, it needs to break out. If it breaks out of the 48 cents, it has the potential to go to 60 cents plus. Dot. Same thing that if it breaks out of this area right here, it has a $25 all the way up to $28 potential and higher when it breaks out of those two. Matic. Matic doesn't need to break out where it's at right now, but if it breaks out, the first target is dollar 24 somewhere in the area, and then we have new targets. All of these targets are potential continuous growth. Bell. Again, we have these targets right here that it goes, but it needs to break out where it's at right now. See, a lot of these coins, like as well as Bitcoin, they are at their resistance level, and they need breaking out. But if they do break out, they have nice potential. DGB is another coin that has potential growth, and is another coin that actually I would like to get into, even though it is not breaking out right now, but it it should have some potentials to do so. Yes, there is some risk that it might get come down. Um, guys, what? I'm going in. I'm gonna go and go through these coins one more time, but DGB is one of the coins I'd be interested in. H bar. Is another coin that I actually like the name of that coin, and actually been doing quite well. And it's 9:30 New York time, which market opened, and here next 15 minutes, either we going to take off or we going to break down or continue going sideways. Yanfi. Again, it is a battle in the resistance. If it breaks through this area right here, we have a lot of potential. MKR, all of this area right here is a nice potential. That is another coin that has a lot of potential. We have a W right here and another W right there. And it is coming back to hit the red line, which I believe it's a 7 or something EMA. Actually, that is something I'm going to get in right now and try to take advantage of this ride. You guys might wonder, what am I doing? You're already into 3 different trades, guys. I I trade small amounts, but I trade multiple coins, so I can get an average gain between the coins. Because see, either you have to put your money all in one coin and then sit and wait until it performs. It might not perform for another couple days, or I can get into multiple coins, and as long as markets stay positive, I can cash out those that actually performed, and then it's a small risk for me to leave those coins that are not performing, and just wait for them. Vito is another coin that I would get in with a small amount and just wait it out. Has a huge potential. Unfortunately, it's not available in futures. SHIB. And those are guys that are looking for a coin to get into. SHIB is a coin to get into right now. And yes, it is a big tail, but it also needs to come back all the way up to here, which means Doge probably will be pumping as well. All it is, just need to find that perfect timing to get in, not to kill you. Um, we'll see, just got in. But yeah, I should have kind of. The best time would have been to cut in right here. Now between the red line and here is a huge risk between the 50 EMA and where we at is a big risk. But Algo right now is taking advantage of me as well. Um, that and Algo. As we can see, Algo just took a dump. Um, how far is going to take a dump? Who knows? Um, might recover right there at the red. If not, then it might recover at 50 EMA. If it doesn't recover 50 EMA, I am looking at least at, oh, everything is taking a dump. And that's the reality of trading. When markets open, a lot of time, yeah, now it's like finger biting situation. What do you do when you're already 60, 70, and it's like 80, almost at $100 upside down right now? And that's just happening in seconds. Yeah, that's the reality of trading. And sometimes when you buy high, you get stuck high. So Yoda, that algo, DGB. Yeah, DGB did the same thing. I usually use one of these to separate my active trades from everything else. Let's continue, but from this point, working from our down up. Cello has potential all the way up to here. And even though, it has some, travels, but mostly not much. Again, if this is reverses what we just seen right now, which is very typical to do at the market opening, then we can have same thing. T fuel has potential to grow. Bitcoin, which with Bitcoin, as far as doesn't go below 45.2, it's probably okay, and I'm probably going to raise my alarm. 45. So yeah, as long as it doesn't break my alarm, we still are kind of, in that tr- trading tunnel. QNT, if it does, then ouch. Quant. First of all, we do not have enough of history. Second of all, we've been having a lot of falling with the quant. So this would be a coin to be careful with. I still have not figured out how to learn Tom's titles. Sometime when, like right now, I'm doing live, I cannot really watch the video. Kind of be nice, to understand what Tom is saying, going up or going down, or what's the situation. And I guess Tom is doing changes to his channel. Um, Definitely will be missing some of the things. Also, my wife brought some things to my attention. We'll see how it goes. Strax. If you look at the left shoulder, it still has this potential right here. But anything higher than here, it's ahead. So if you break higher through the shoulder, most likely the it no longer becomes a head and a shoulder situation, at least in this direction. Jesus, $110 loss. Don't tell me I'm gonna give it all away. All the way, wow. Yeah, that's how quickly these things can flip and take you under. And I just had that feeling this morning that it's a high risk. And yeah, and it turned into a high risk. That's the reasons why I don't have not been trading because of this very high risk. Like Telecoin has a big AM in 1 minute. But also has a potential of 0.023 and next potential of 0.030 of growth. It's just a question willing to take that. Storage. See, if today is actually the day where it all starts falling apart, then all of the things that I said potentials are starting to have no value. Otherwise, these are possible values within the next 1 to 2 weeks. And then, jeez, that has so much value. I'm already $100 upside down. Why not grab Dent? It's been running fairly nice for a while. Let's grab Dent. And the worst case scenario, it's a nice, as long as it keeps moving sideways, it's a nice um, sideways trade. Yeah, it'd be nice for it to drop further down. Will it? Probably will. Uh, XCM also has a lot of potential. Guys, at this point, keep in mind, my behavior is reckless, and what I'm doing is what actually people lose money when they behave that way. It's just um, when I start losing, when I'm in red, it's just I hate it. I hate it. That's all I can say. Doge is another coin that has a lot of potential, but it just doesn't have what it takes. So nice coin to watch and get in if it breaks out. But again, like we can see, almost half of the board is turned red. LTC, another coin has a lot of potential. One, again, a coin that has a lot of potential, but look at its reverse. And like one would be a nice coin to get in if this New York market actually turns around and then starts going up. Phil again has a lot of potential if if this is not a run down. Ether This is an example of a coin that actually ran through all the areas of resistance, and right now is actually heading towards the head. So um, with this coin right now, even though it doesn't have to, but this coin kind of has a destiny of hitting 43,000, do a double tap to the top, and then come back and build a new shoulder area if we were to reverse down. Or otherwise, if it just continue going up. And honestly, this is a coin that I don't support. I don't like for one and one reason only. It has crazy fees, crazy, crazy fees. And because of those fees, I hate it. And how much money they took in fees from me almost a year ago, I don't think I'll ever forget that coin. That's why, from my point of view, I'm not the only one that this coin actually took advantage of in fees, and and, and those fees will kill it. No matter how much coins are built on their platform, earlier or later, if they don't come up with something that has better fees than like Matic or ADA, um, it has its destiny already determined. GTC, not enough of data to say, but looking at the record, it's been climbing up. Why shouldn't it continue climbing up? And with some of the coins I bought, I am right now sitting at negative $94. So another coin has potential all the way up to this area. Ether Classic. Ether Classic, if it breaks out through $63, it will continue climbing because it actually had a very nice climb for the last 2 3 weeks. So um, and I guess we were here already. So where we're standing right now, I wish I could sort it by alphabet, but then I'll have to resort these. Um, looks like slowly we're recovering. Right now we're at 78. So probably going to start another video as a live trade video and go from there. So blessings to all.